Is it water with the sheep in the box?
Hello everyone, just a brief unscripted video for you, because apparently some people don't understand how trans-inclusive and medically specific language functions, including Anna Kasparian of the Young Turks, who said, "I'm a woman, please don't ever refer to me as a person with a uterus, birthing person, or person who menstruates. How do people not realise how degrading this is? You can support the transgender community without doing this shit." So, yes, this does seem very like a lot of turf talking points that you just see out there in the wild. And yes, it is incredibly stupid, because basically nobody calls anyone these things in a general context. They're terms used in specific contexts, usually scientific or medical, and are used for practicality over all else. You are falling for anti-trans propaganda if you think that this is happening on a wide scale. So, for example, using the examples that Kasparian used, saying woman to refer to people who menstruate excludes people who menstruate but aren't women, like for example trans men, non-binary people, and also includes women who don't menstruate for various reasons. For example, women who've gone through the menopause, or who have any number of hormonal or medical reasons for not falling into this category. And if you're talking about menstruation in a medical context, you need a term to refer exclusively to people who menstruate that doesn't include people who don't menstruate. And the same applies to the other terms listed here. So, for example, person with a uterus cannot be replaced by woman in a medical context because, once again, a lot of people who have a uterus are not women, and also a lot of women do not have a uterus. For example, women who've gone through a hysterectomy, or again have a number of birth defects or other medical conditions that cause them to not have a uterus. And finally, birthing person. Yes, perhaps this is a bad term, perhaps it's not the most useful, and some people obviously use people who've given birth, or people who can give birth, or, whatever. But the fact is, there are no progressives out there who are referring to anyone as birthing people, or whatever, rather than women and men and non-binary people, or whatever. Because that's how that functions. People on the left still refer to people as men or women or whatever. We just include trans people within the genders that they are. This is not happening in anything approaching a wide scale, and this language is used for very specific reasons. As we just mentioned, mostly in a scientific or medical sense. But it can be used in other senses when referring specifically to that specific group of people. Like, for example, people who menstruate. If I was conducting some kind of survey or study for any reason, be it scientific, sociological, etc., and I wanted to refer exclusively to people who menstruate and not to people who don't, saying woman instead doesn't fulfill that purpose for the reasons we just described. Even if we accept for some reason that trans women are men and trans men are women or whatever, then that still doesn't solve the main problem, in that it includes people into the group that should be excluded. Like, for example, cis women who've gone through the menopause. Right, that's it. This is just a short, very short, unscripted video I felt the need to put out there, even though it's my birthday, or at least it was when I recorded this. I don't have anything better to do today, and I saw this on Twitter. I'm working on another video essay about prisons in general, and of course the weird recent, well, not even really all that recent, trans panic bullshit about trans women in women's prisons. That'll be out soon. I am halfway through editing it at the moment, so it shouldn't really be too long till it's out. But yeah, this is just something I needed to get out there. Thanks.